Hey, it's me, Nomad, and I just wanted to share with you my latest adventure in RV world. Anyway, what happened was it's been about 6 weeks since I emptied the tanks, and so I decided to make an adventure down here to the Hyperion sewage treatment plant to empty the tanks, and I grossly underestimated how much gas I was going to need. For some reason, I thought 2.5 gallons would get me here, and RV was on E, and basically, I got here, and literally when I turned the corner to enter the plant, the RV started choking like it was running out of gas. Luckily, these old style motors, they don't just stop, because they're not fuel injected. They have a carburetor. So if you keep pressing the gas, they'll keep chugging along, choking along. Luckily, I was able to make it to a park near a community called El Segundo, which is right next to the airport, literally. I'll show you in a minute. And so that's what happened. So I ran out of gas. And so I was able to crawl to this little park, which I'll show you in a minute. And I'm right across from this apartment building with these looky-loos. You see them in that window there? Those are the looky-loos who are like looking at me like, who is that guy in the RV? Ay. I'm on a slight hill and I'm afraid to go any further. I don't want it to stop in the middle of the road. So I'm going to wait for my wife to come with the gas can and then I'll go get some gas. But I'm okay for now. But I learned a couple things about the RV by taking it to the edge like that, which was that basically it gets about 6 miles a gallon in city driving. What else? And, and if it's running out of gas, I'll know and I'll have about a mile, maybe 2 miles to go. Like it'll choke, but it'll go. I have the solar panels, so I was afraid to drive on the freeway. So I'm guessing freeway mileage is probably maybe 10 miles a gallon. I'm not sure. I'll just assume that. From now on, I'm going to assume 5 miles a gallon city, and 10 miles a gallon freeway. So that's kind of where I'm at. We're probably going to spend a night here at this park. That's the cool thing about RVs is like, if you run out of gas, well, your home's with you. It really took the edge off, but I need to have a gas can with me here in the RV. And I shouldn't let it get to E like that. So anyway, that's what's happening. I'm gonna go enjoy this park. I'm gonna try to show you this airport here. The looky-loo people are looking at me like, what's that guy doing? Okay, bye. This is the park I'm in right now. The airport's over there and the RV's there and the looky-loos are there and that house to the right. Anyway, that's the RV there. And I could come to this spot, but it's more level than that spot, but I don't want a chance stalling right there. So I'm just going to wait to get some gas. But the airport's over here. It's just some long park for these poles, and I walked up it earlier. But it gives you a really cool view of the airport. So I'm going to go back over here so you can see. Hopefully it won't be too dark to see. But then I got some time to kill. And that might be a good time to kind of go over the whole RV lifestyle. It's about the 3-month mark for us. And we've been doing this about 3 months. We're getting kind of used to it. There's definitely some drawbacks. A lot of those drawbacks have to do with money and, my income, which would make things a lot better. Basically, I had some savings that I got, a big chunk of cash, and I've been living off of that for the last 3 months pretty much. But now I got to go back to the Matrix. But it's cool because beach or something, they'd be like, they'd have their freaking like shock awakening moment, then they'd come back and be like, oh my God, there's this thing called air and we've been in this thing called water all this time. And, and that's kind of like the Matrix, but I'm not going to get into that. That's another conversation, although I love to talk about it. But I just kind of want to talk about wait a minute. Okay, I'm back. So let's see. I guess, it's definitely doable. I love that RV. It's really solid and strong. I mean, if you can get a Rex Hall, anything, I recommend it. I mean, it's kind of ugly, the makeup, just the shape, but it's kind of cool too. And it's in another weird way, a 1970 or 1980s way, 89 way. So I don't know. My family's adjusting reluctantly. But they're adjusting. My wife's adjusting reluctantly. It's amazing how people adapt to situations, She's still not on board. She won't help me with it much, If we were unified in this, like other couples on YouTube. We'd be getting so much more done and making so much more progress, but she hates it. She wants an apartment. A so-called affordable apartment did come up, but we passed on it. It was a studio. They wanted $800 a month, which was half of the market rate of $1,600 a month. Oh, in some luxury building, and we were on the wait list. I just don't want to pay that freaking rent anymore. But anyway, yeah, things are progressing. How can I do this? I guess that one thing is that I haven't got all the utilities working. I mean, there's so much wrong with this RV. Okay, so I got the solar panels up, but they're not hooked up yet to the battery or anything. The generator is not hooked up. I don't have enough gas for the generator. For urban living, I mean, it's okay because you just need to sleep, but. And then what else? Yeah, I mean, it sleeps all of us. The tanks are huge because we've been peeing in that tank. I know it's grossing y'all out, and it's still not full for 6 weeks. But we do number ones, and so that works, So I still got to keep remodeling. I got to get rid of that nasty carpet and the tile floor in the kitchen. It's just like literally 100 little things I have to do. But my first goal is to get all the utilities working. But as far as just having a place to sleep, that's working great. So the beds are a little uncomfortable, but we can fix that. It'll do. So that's kind of where we are right now. Yeah, I keep thinking it's been 3 months. So I've saved. I used to pay $1,200 a month for a room way out in San Pedro, way out, like 30 minutes outside of LA or so, 40 minutes. And I haven't had to pay that. And sure, there's other hassles like, okay, so what's the pros? You don't have to pay rent. You have a place to sleep, go to the bathroom. You can move around. Like, you don't like a spot or something happens, you can move around. If you're thinking of renting something or buying something, you can just sort of take your time with it. And that's the other thing, like it totally changed my attitude about time. Like, I don't feel as rushed as I used to be because I realize now that the Matrix is all about time. It's a giant machine with a clock and you don't have to as much. So those are the pros. Life's just more relaxing. Now, the cons are, so far, you just don't need a shower every day. I mean, maybe in the summer. Water, if we had our water working, it would be better, but it's not. So that's kind of a drag. I have to get bottled water like every couple days. That's kind of primitive, but it ain't the end of the world, It's like camping, basically. Electricity, I put in those lights, what do you call them? LEDs. And that works great, man. I mean, like 6 of those are like the equivalent of one bulb that I had before, and they work great. And unless the battery, I have yet to have a situation where they completely go off, really. They dim a little, but now we have flashlights at night, but now we have those, and that's changed things dramatically. So, what else? Noise. Oh, yeah. Noise is a problem. Like, if we're on a busy street, there's just so much noise, going on. And sometimes that can wake you up early and you don't get good sleep. When it was summertime, it was hot in there and my air conditioner's not working. So yeah, this thing has good low light capability. So anyway, negatives. That's what else? Doing laundry. I don't know. Is this lifestyle better than the rent lifestyle? I would say yes. I can't stand that idea of like, because I'm self-employed, and it's like all this pressure to pay the rent. You sign a contract for them, they get their money on time, and you got to go hustle to get it for them. They love that crap. What a great deal for them, right? So I love not having many time payments that I have to worry about, and I can go more with the flow of life. That's been nice. So that's about it. I mean, 5 of us are sleeping in there now. Oh, wow. That is a beautiful shot of the sunset and the airplane. Yeah, and it's working pretty good. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, another stressor. Let's see. Being towed stresses me out all the time because I don't have a lot of savings right now. So if I got towed, it would be a problem. I mean, you're talking about a $350 hit. And what I heard they're doing is they're towing and asking questions later, like looky-loos will complain, like those people. And then they'll just come tow you, make up some excuse, lie even. And then you got to go prove that it wasn't the case, and man, it's just bad. So I got a lot to say on all this stuff, which I'll be saying, but I guess I finally got the thing registered, smog checked and everything, so I have proper tags, registration, all that's up to date. So that, I'm just doing everything I can so I'm not giving them the slightest excuse to tow it, because that's what they do. They look for some kind of reason to tow, you know what I'm saying? That's what they look for, and I don't want to give them that, so yeah. But LA's at war with RVs, man. I kind of joked about it in the beginning, but it's true. I was just reading an article. I mean, this city has such a horrible attitude about homeless people. I mean, it's just bad, and there's no sympathy, no compassion. It's like, those who have, and if you ain't got it, who cares about you? It's every man for himself here. I freaking hate this city. Like, I can't wait to get the hell out of here, honestly. And that's what I want to do. But I'm working on this film project, and my kids are in school, so that's why I'm here. But as soon as those two things end, then I'm out of here, man. If my kids, stop going to school here or have another arrangement, then I'm going to live on the periphery of town. Let me see if I can show you these airplanes. Okay, so here's a spot about half a mile from where the RV is. So over here is El Segundo, the town of El Segundo. That's LAX, one of the biggest airports in the world, or one of the busiest. And that's the Pacific Ocean. You can see the sun is setting. This is some kind of like fire practice area. Like there's some fake airplanes here and there. I was like, what's going on? And I realized that's like where they practice like dragging people out of burning planes and stuff like that. That's the Qantas hangar. But yeah, here comes a jet. I think that's United. Not sure. I love seeing these planes, like they fly off into the sunset. It's like, wow, where are they going? Off to some voyage into the unknown over the Pacific Ocean for thousands of miles. But I don't know. That plane might be going to Seattle or something. So yeah. You can't see me there. I don't know. This RV life is interesting because it takes you to some interesting places. Like I had no idea I was going to end up here in El Segundo filming airplanes at the airport today. I thought I was going to empty the tanks. It's cool. So yeah, see how those planes are like strung together, like alien spaceships coming for an invasion or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 jets bringing more people to this godforsaken city. Actually, no, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. God, it's like what? How many people? Say 200 people on each plane. Wow, it's a lot of people. Leave, get the heck out while you can. Anyway, let me get some gas and get out of this place.